It's called Landing Site 2, a section of moon landscape covering roughly 3 by 6½ miles. If all goes as planned, the first Americans will land and explore a portion of this area. Astronauts Neil A. Armstrong, Edwin E. Aldrin, and Michael Collins, the 3 men who will make the next and most historic round trip to the moon. It is Collins who will be in charge of the cone-shaped command module, circumnavigating the moon as his 2 compatriots descend and land on the lunar surface. Born in Rome, Italy, October 31st, 1930, Collins served as pilot during the 3-day Gemini 10 mission in 1966. Here, he describes the events leading up to his joining NASA.
Well, I was a fighter pilot for a number of years at various bases in California and overseas in France and in Germany. And then I went to the test pilot school at Edwards, and I was a test pilot there for a couple of years and went back again to the what was then called the Aerospace Research Pilot Course, and then following that came to work for NASA.
Astronaut Buzz Aldrin, the lunar module pilot, will fly with Armstrong to touchdown on the moon. It was Aldrin who established a new record for time outside a craft in space, more than 5½ hours during Gemini 12. The 39-year-old astronaut has an impressive background, including a doctorate.
I attended public schools in my hometown of Montclair, New Jersey, received an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point. I was commissioned in the Air Force, flew in the Korean War for about 6 months, sent over to Germany flying F-100 aircraft. In 1959, applied for admission into Massachusetts Institute of Technology to study astronautics in greater depth, leading toward a Doctor of Science degree.
Command pilot for this first landing, astronaut Neil Armstrong. It will be Armstrong who steps cautiously out onto the moon for the first time. Armstrong had this to say about space and going to the moon.
I suppose every age of history has had its challenges of the time. It seems to me we're particularly fortunate in our age of history to be faced with perhaps one of the greatest challenges, to go out into space, to break the shackles of gravity and find the answers to questions that have been asked by scientists and philosophers alike for years. It is certainly one of the most exciting challenges of all time. But I think even more important than the answers that we'll be able to find, the answers about the origin of our solar system and the answers about how we can most practically exploit this new knowledge, will be the fact that we'll get a whole bunch of new questions that we've never before even thought to ask. And this will be the challenge to the next generation.